This is a video about fake Sagan, who will be happy to know I'm spending time talking about him. He really loves that sort of thing. Uh, he's replied to me in some comments about this whole back and forth and my criticisms of him. And it's really funny. He interprets everything as some sort of juvenile high school, you know, social kind of issue. Like, Jimmy said this about, no, his feelings are hurt. It's a world in where everything resolves down into some petty need to be approved of, and you didn't get the approval you want. So he says that, I'm just hurt because he doesn't want me in his audience and he blocked me. I'm not going to pretend not to have a complaint about getting blocked, especially when it does relate to someone who's supposedly a rugged individualist. And I think people should be blocked if they make threats. And to block people otherwise is a sign of weakness. And if he thinks it's a sign of strength, then, we have a total different view on that. And that's just an actual subject, It doesn't have to be that it motivates me so much that all of my criticisms must come from it. And even if they did, it doesn't matter, because I've landed on a criticism that you, evidently, fake Sagan, well, he's not watching this, so I guess there's the you. That should just be fake Sagan obviously can't handle answering this criticism. He's refusing, my point is that you can't care as much as him about subscriptions and ratings and be this individualist, and he admits to just manipulating his audience, and yet those of us that actually are individualists are supposed to just stand aside and not criticize him for being manipulative and just using individualism, as a marketing thing, just as a brand, as the corporate culture version of civil disobedience. Of course we can and will complain about that. And, in this video to Azranok, he turned off ratings. Now, a rugged individualist might turn off ratings because they think they're bullshit, that seeking that kind of approval and gold stars or red stars or that kind of thing is just sort of total bullshit. But he said why he turned them off. He turned them off because he said something bad about the atheist community and he knew he'd get 1 star. That's what he said. And why does he care? Why wouldn't that be a badge of honor for an individual to say something they strongly believe and have the living proof that everybody disagreed with them? They're not trying to seek approval, right? But he interprets everything as though that's all it is. It's just a big game to get approval, that it's always just to get popularity and have as many people as you can like you. And you just can't understand. Some of us really don't care about the subscribers. I don't put any stock in that. It doesn't mean very much to me. I recognize there's some benefits because I like to get feedback, and subscribers mean that people that are interested in the kind of topics I'm interested in can give me feedback more easily and know that I've brought the topic up again, and I can see them bring the topic up. So there's some benefits. But on the other hand, I don't think this YouTube wagon's going to last forever. Eventually I'll have to move on, and I won't be taking those subscribers with me, right? They're not really my minions or property or anything associated with me. It's associated with a feature of some software. And if you want to own me, try to defend yourself. That's what fake Sagan should do. He should tell me why it is compatible with that kind of individualism to seek the kind of approval he seeks, in his response to Az, when Az had said that Az and Citizen Worm were talking about him, he just, I win. But why? Why does he care? Why does he take it as a victory of people that, no matter what they're saying, they're talking about? What he needs that to feel significant? I'm not saying I'm above that kind of gratification or ego gratification or wanting a certain amount of validation. But I do that in real life with people actually around me that have a chance to know me and to see what my character really is. I don't do that on the internet. I don't think much of doing that on the internet. And for people that do want to do that on the internet, I'm willing to step aside and say, I don't know what's best for you. If you're going to go around claiming to be some sort of individualist, well, then I do care, because if you're an individualist, then you're not supposed to play those validation games at all. You're not supposed to care about conformity. You're not supposed to crow about the approval that you have received. You might be subject to some feelings like that, and there might be places that you should just embrace that, like in your personal relationships with your partner. But overall, to just blatantly rely on this kinds of calculations of who has approval, and these status games, these group think status games, and to put stock in them while claiming to be an individualist, this is bullshit. And I'm going to call you on the bullshit, and I'm not going to pretend that I don't appreciate anything about you, and I'm not going to pretend that I don't have complaints about blocking. Try to use whatever you want. I'm sure you can convince your minions that I am just butthurt about being blocked from your channel, but you have to know at least enough about individualism to know that I don't care what a minion thinks. I don't value the opinion of a minion. I unvalue it. I disvalue it. You can add a million of them together, and it means nothing to me. I don't care how many ditto heads like Rush Limbaugh. It means less than nothing to me. So, if you want to spend your time convincing your minions, why do you need to do that? What do you get out of that? What do you get out of the groups of boys in the yard? What? What individualistic thing do you get from that?